Tonight, the Iran women's team kicks off their Asian Cup campaign in Rabina as turmoil grips their country. A coastwoman caught up in the conflict, stranded for days in the Middle East. Surface hits a high note. Construction starts on a new music hall in the heart of the city. See the moment rangers pounce on illegal glowworm tour operators in our national park. And a free cycling charity for seniors under threat, how you can save its future.
Live from 50 Carroll Avenue, Surfers Paradise, this is 9 Gold Coast News with Eva Milic.
Good evening. While war rages in the Middle East, a world away here on the Gold Coast, the Iranian women's soccer team will soon play its first Asian Cup match. Let's go live to Paige Van Lunteren. Paige, the team will play South Korea.
The teams will take to the field here at Seabus Stadium in just under 2 hours' time, Eva, with fans just starting to trickle in. Now, Iran's 26-member women's side just made it into Queensland before the airspace closed and those first missile strikes were launched on Saturday. During a pre-match press conference, the team shut down a question about the conflict unfolding back home, instead insisting the attention remain on tonight's game. Authorities say they aren't expecting any security issues, but there are some very strict measures in place here tonight.
We're definitely more aware of what's happening in world events, and we'll make sure that we respond and plan appropriately. We have no intelligence to suggest that there is any particular threats for the football match in particular, but we'll take all precautions to make sure that we keep our members and also the community safe.
The Matildas have also just landed in Brisbane, Eva, after a 1-0 victory over the Philippines in Perth yesterday. They're due to play Iran here on Thursday night.
OK, Paige, thank you. A Gold Coast woman is among the thousands caught up in the travel chaos caused by the conflict in the Middle East. Trina Hockley is travelling solo and had been trying to return from her holiday in Norway and Finland. Speaking to 9 News from her hotel room in Doha, where she's stranded until the airspace reopens.
I slept on the floor at the airport and then was woken up in a hurry. You need to evacuate. The line for getting accommodation was hours and hours long.
She says there's been no information from the airport or airlines, and she has no idea where her luggage has been taken. We'll have more of that interview in the news at 6. A man in his 50s has drowned off Main Beach this afternoon. Lifeguards pulling the swimmer from the surf 300 metres north of the Flags just after 1:30. They performed CPR for half an hour alongside paramedics but were unable to revive him. It comes as Surf Life Saving Australia releases new data showing a drowning has occurred on average once every 2 days on Australian beaches since December 1. A council crackdown on dangerous e-device behaviour at 2 popular parks is officially underway. Paige Van Lunteren was at Pizzey Park this afternoon.
This park would normally be a hive of activity for students after school, but a rise in dangerous e-bike behaviour has led council to introduce a 4-week compliance trial starting today. It means e-scooters, e-skateboards and segways are now banned from the popular area, as well as the Runaway Bay Sports Precinct, with warning signs rolled out and council and police officers expected to be out in force patrolling. Just over 2 weeks ago at the Luke Harrop cycle circuit, a cyclist was knocked from his bike after a bucket of gravel was thrown at him. Council says the behaviour has cost the city $200,000 so far this year, with sporting fields and playing surfaces vandalised, as well as the need for additional security.
The next 5-10 years we've got to be proactive in this space because more and more people are actually going to be using these type of vehicles because of the cost of fuel. What we're seeing out there is abusing the system. They're not looking at road rules, they're doing monos. So we need any user today to obey by today's road rules.
The results of the trial will be reported to Council at a meeting in May as the city waits for the recommendations of the state government inquiry due at the end of this month.
A 2-decade proposed strategy for our city has been met with opposition by many Gold Coast councillors. Giselle Manning has more.
Well, a 200-page planning document that could guide the future of the Gold Coast caused a bit of a divide between councillors. I'm joined by Councillor Donna Gates now. Councillor, can you tell me what some of your concerns were with that LGMS document?
My concern was that the mapping is yet to be refined, and there were maps included in the presentation that we were asked to endorse. My point was I wanted further and wider community consultation and to understand the exact intent of the mapping prior to voting and endorsing.
Your division could absorb some of that density as well. What does that mean for you and your division?
That's fine. It's always been proposed that Coomera would take a lot of the load and do the heavy lifting, and that has occurred. There are opportunities that remain, and I'm sure they'll be taken up in time. However, it is really important that right across the city we gauge where the community wants to see the growth. We have sufficient capacity to meet the population projections by 2046 of 1 million people, and we can provide the 188,000 dwellings. So I just want to have the facts right and understand exactly how we're planning to grow our city into the future.
Councillor, thank you so much for your time. Well, this planning document certainly isn't set in stone. It's very much a live document, but it really could shape the future and growth of the Gold Coast for the next 20 years.
A multi-million-dollar project to transform the transit centre in Surfers Paradise into a music mecca is a step closer. Construction kicking off on the music hall today as the Mayor returned from a month-long trip overseas.
Back on the tools after a whirlwind international trip.
Expressing my joy of being able to smash a wall. I can't do it at the chamber, so I thought I'll really go for it here.
The Mayor setting the tone as construction kicked off on the $40 million music hall.
That money is reprovisioned from the asset renewal, so it won't hurt our cash flow.
The indoor performance space in the centre of Surfers Paradise.
We've always had challenges for businesses in this area, so it's going to bring a large volume of people to the western end. It will activate this site.
Set to accommodate 2,500 people standing, despite the Home of the Arts just over 2 kilometres away.
Why not have something even hotter on this side?
Plans as well for an arena at Garry Park.
The arena is more focused on sport events. We can convert that into music events as well, but the capacity is going to be, I'll let it out of the bag, I'm shooting for 15,000.
The music hall set for curtains up in early 2028.
Before the next election, because I want to unveil the plaque and with my name on it.
The attached Bruce Bishop car park also getting an upgrade as the Transit Centre's new Cypress Avenue home undergoes a transformation of its own. Paige Van Lunteren, 9 Gold Coast News.
Lights out for illegal glowworm tour operators in Springbrook National Park. New recruits join the front line and new video of the proposed Trump Tower in Surfers Paradise as locals move to stop the controversial development. Latest computer modelling of the proposed Trump Tower in Surfers Paradise has caused some confusion, while cars can now be seen on the esplanade between the proposed 91-storey building and the beach. A private Trump Tower beach club dominates Surfers Paradise Beach down to the water's edge. An online petition to ban the building has so far garnered more than 110,000 signatures and counting. No formal development application has been presented to council. Eric Trump is scheduled to visit the Gold Coast in August. 7 new recruits will be covering every aspect of policing as they hit the streets. Patrina Zaffa spoke with our top cop about cultural diversity in the ranks.
One thing the Gold Coast embraces, new police recruits. Superintendent, how many have we got this round?
So we've got 7 first-year constables this round, and they'll be dispersed through stations from Surfers Paradise up to Pimpama.
A lot of diversity in their age and backgrounds.
Yes, certainly. These officers come from all around the globe and from different experiences, life experiences, and also previous employment. And we welcome that diversity because it represents the community that we serve.
What kind of duties will they be involved with?
So for their first year, be general duties or frontline policing. They'll be partnered up with a mentor for the first 2 months just to experience frontline policing and serving the community.
No day is going to be the same, and I like to challenge myself, so this is a career where I can really challenge myself.
Any specific areas they'll be tasked to?
Yeah, so part of their training has mandatory components, so not only road safety but also domestic and family violence. Then we also get them exposed to the custody environments where they'll do a short secondment into the watch house, and then they also do a short period in child protection or youth justice.
Superintendent, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, new recruits will be out on the road from today.
Gold Coast Suns superstar Matt Rowell has been named Gold Coast Sports Star of the Year following his Brownlow medal-winning season last year. The Mayor's Award was won by paracyclist Kai Sakakibara. The Club of the Year went to the Southport Sharks, and Gold Coast Marathon took out Event of the Year. While former Gold Coast Titan Matt Rogers was accepted into the Hall of Fame, it was Para Athlete of the Year Alexa Leary who stole the show with her acceptance award. Park rangers and police officers have pounced on a complex criminal enterprise profiting off one of the coast's prized natural attractions. The stealthy mission unfolding at Springbrook under the cover of darkness in a bid to protect the park's precious glowworms.
This isn't an overnight traffic blitz.
It's an offence, okay? You understand that?
It's a very unusual kind of crime crackdown.
Tonight already we've intercepted 2 suspected illegal tour operators. So officers have interviewed the suspected tour leader.
Accused of cashing in on the popularity of glowworms at Springbrook National Park. Turns out the tiny spectacles make for big business, with authorities noting a surge in dodgy enterprises running unlicensed operations.
Those operators are at the moment just at the top of the car park, and they've been directed by officers to leave the area. Tonight's very, very busy. As you can see, there's lots of movement around Natural Bridge car park. I don't need to have a sign for my friend because I know who my friends are. Oh, why do you need a sign for your friends?
Cowboy cave guides caught in the act can face fines up to $27,000. Abby Gearan, 9 Gold Coast News.
A local charity bringing joy to seniors and those living with disabilities under threat. And Bronte in sport, the Matildas, they are on their way to the Gold Coast.
Yep, they're on their way down the M1 as we speak, Eva, and they'll arrive with the win in hand, but they're lucky to get it. Star striker Sam Kerr with a goal in their unconvincing win over the Philippines, and how new NRL rules will affect Gold Coast Titans players. With the pre-season in the past, the Suns are preparing for an opening round showdown against grand finalists Geelong. An early chance for Gold Coast to prove themselves as early contenders and to get their coach to chill out.
A lot has changed in the lead up to the Suns' 3rd season under Damien Hardwick, but the coach himself never does.
I think this time of year he just wants to play, so he gets really high energy, and he's quite easy to snap this time of year, so kind of got to be a little bit careful around him.
Guiding Gold Coast to as high as 2nd on the ladder last year, they came within striking distance of finishing top 4, but a late season fade exposed the clear gap between the Suns and the league's elite, spending this pre-season addressing that limitation.
It'll just come from little gains everywhere. I think there's stuff in the contests we need to get a little bit better at, and then stuff with the way we move the ball, and then also how we defend as a group. So I think with another pre-season under Dimmer and another year into some of these guys, that we're going to see some micro improvements across the board which hopefully help us just bridge that gap a little bit.
Demons recruit Christian Petrarca already proving to be a step in the right direction, further bolstering Hardwick's midfield rotation that will welcome back Brownlow medalist Matt Rowell in roughly round 4.
It's a long year, and I'm sure he's confident in the guys who are ready to step up that we're going to be all right for a while until he gets back.
Their first chance to prove it against grand finalists Geelong on Friday.
It'll just be great to test ourselves against the best. Like, obviously they're the hallmark of the competition, and it'll be good to see where we're at, and you know, we're up for the challenge and we're ready to go, so I'm looking forward to seeing how we go.
For the first time in the NRL this season, 6 men will be named on each team's bench, but only 4 will play as usual. Titans hooker Luke Summerton is expected to be named in jersey 19, but knows it doesn't guarantee game time.
Sort of, there's more people that have the mindset to be ready to play. Obviously, it was this 18th men, and they weren't usually getting on, but now you've got the 18, 19, and you don't know which one is and which one isn't getting on because you can sort of pick who you want out of those 6. So it's more about just getting your prep all week as if you're playing and playing big minutes because you still could.
The Titans starting their review of the Sharks this morning, who they'll face in round 1 this weekend, with Josh Hannay's first team list to be revealed tomorrow. The Matildas have touched down in Queensland and now on their way to the Gold Coast with a win under their belt, defeating the Philippines 1-0 to open their Asian Cup campaign. Local fans can expect to see the best of Sam Kerr, the skipper, proving all the difference in their opening match, with a goal in the 14th minute to end her 851-day goal drought for Australia. Eva, Gold Coast fans will be very lucky to see her in action. Hopefully she's got goals galore.
Yeah, I cannot wait. And that was worth the wait too, wasn't it? Thank you, Bronte. It is the cycling charity giving freedom to our seniors. How you can help keep the wheels turning.
And what a nice sunset over the Gold Coast. That was at 5:40. Last light will be 17 minutes past 6 as our daylight hours get a little bit shorter. I'll have your forecast next.
They've been giving free trishaw rides to seniors and those living with disabilities since 2020. Now, homegrown charity Cycling Without Age needs our help to continue. Patrina Zaffa reports.
Popular local charity Cycling Without Age is running out of financial puff. Wayne, what's happening with your charity?
As you say, we're running out of financial puff. As we have grown in popularity, so have our expenses.
What kind of money are you needing?
At the moment, to pay our insurance bill, we're needing something like $10,000.
It must be difficult, Wayne, after years of building this up. What does it mean to you?
Patrina, it is heartbreaking. It's something that really keeps us all awake at night, and it's very stressful trying to look after our community, but also at the back of that, we've all got to go and rattle the tin. And it's very, very difficult. We're putting in a lot of work riding and looking after our assets, but fundraising is also a huge proportion of what we do.
You're doing such a great job looking after our seniors.
Yeah, and we get such joy from it. And I've got to say, our seniors and people with disability add as much value to our lives as I think we add to theirs.
Wayne, thank you so much, and we wish you every success.
Thanks, Patrina, and appreciate your support and support from Channel 9.
And if you think you can help support Cycling Without Age, you can go along to their website and make a donation.
Such a fantastic charity. Now here is Melissa and Joel with all the big and breaking stories coming up for you in 9 News at 6.
Thanks, Eva. It is a big news day. Tonight, an explosive 24 hours in the Middle East as attacks intensify. International shipping and airports paralysed. We're live in the conflict zone.
Surrender or be killed. Donald Trump's ultimatum to Iran as he vows to avenge US deaths.
Plus fears of an oil crisis not seen for decades.
Now you can join a world-first trial for a treatment that could help thinning and greying hair.
And Delta Goodrem to fly the Aussie flag at the Eurovision Song Contest.
All of those stories, plus the rest of today's breaking news coming right up after your local weather. See you then.
Thank you both. And it is time now for the full forecast with Garry, Youngberry. Gaz, I was a little worried this morning, but it did turn out to be a mostly fine day.
Oh, it certainly did, Eva. The worst of it was early this morning with those showers about. They tended to clear, a few patches of blue sky before midday and early afternoon. Nothing more than just the odd isolated shower this hour, though. Not a bad afternoon. The second half of the day, certainly the best. Let's have a look at our coast cam now, and you'll see that thick cloud this morning driven in from those gusty onshore winds. A few showers too on the coast cam lens, but that tended to clear off, and you can see some blue sky starting to develop by late morning. On to temperatures. It did turn out to be a warm day. Maximum temperatures reached their peak early, hitting the high 20s. Coomera recording the top 29, while Southport, Burleigh, Nerang and Coolangatta at 28. Right now it's just dropping below 26 degrees and 67% humidity. The Hinds Dam at 91.2%. The weather map tomorrow, rain and storms over the interior, extending down through central Australia and into the southeast corner of the country. Onshore winds will push a few showers onto Queensland's coast and northeast New South Wales. Tomorrow for the Goldie, partly cloudy, a low of 19 overnight at a top of 29 degrees. Your 7-day outlook: Thursday, a shower or two. Friday, a few showers. Saturday and Sunday, showers likely. So the showers increasing for the end of the week. To our beaches, still a little windy on the coast tomorrow. No escaping the onshore winds. The open beaches will start to improve a little bit. The best waves on the points very early, but you won't escape that wind. The wave size around 1 metre. Offshore tomorrow, boaties, easterlies, 10, even up to 20 knots in the morning. Some of the gusts, the seas, 1 to 1.5 metres, and the swell up around 2 metres. Big tides at the moment. High tide first at 8:15 in the morning. That will be a 1.8 metre high tide. So not a bad day tomorrow, but I'm afraid, Eva, showers are set to increase again towards the end of the week. Bit of a mixed bag for that first week of autumn.
OK, better luck next week, I'm guessing. Thanks, Gaz. And that is your local news this Monday. We do love to hear your stories. To get in contact, just visit the 9 News Gold Coast Facebook page with the very latest on the escalating conflict in the Middle East. Here is Melissa and Joel. Good night.